Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. This is the Attacking Third on It's a Wrap Sports Network. I'm not sure what edition this is. I'm not sure what number we're on, but it's another Thursday. Beautiful Thursday heading into a holiday weekend. And the Union are back in first place in the East, back in first place in the Supporter Shield race here with what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left. 7, hopefully 8 when you include a US Open Cup, right? So 16 wins, 6 losses, 6 draws, 54 points now. Union take care of the Chicago Fire, and Jack Elliott's homecoming welcome back party is spoiled, and he almost thought he was still playing for the Union. Holy hell. He almost thought there in the first couple seconds of that. Almost, who was it, to tie within the first like 30 seconds? Almost gave up a pass to tie that he couldn't finish, but boy, oh boy, isn't that exactly why Elliott isn't here anymore? Joe, what's going on? Hey, everyone stopping by from the Phillies game, showing some love. Thanks, Joe. Hope you're enjoying that home run derby they got going on over there. So let's just jump right into this one. Starting lineup. This is about as starting lineup playoff ready, right? That the Union could be for who they put out there. Pretty much maybe minus Blake, and even Blake, right? Rick is suitable. I feel very comfortable going into the playoffs with Rick as the starting goalkeeper, if that's what ends up happening, right? I'll be okay with that if Blake isn't able to return. Rick gets his 5th, I believe that is his 5th clean sheet now. So great to have him as backup. And speaking of backups, where is it at? Where is it in my notes? The Union, they signed goalkeeper George Marks, who was with Charlotte FC before they waived him when when Charlotte made the trade with Miami for goalkeeper Drake Callender. So he was on the outside. He gets cut, and good timing, right? Good timing, because Blake gets injured. Union ship off Oliver Zemla to North Carolina FC, and there's no one behind Rick. Actually, there is Holbrook. He was going to be the backup, got hurt during warmups. I got to my seat early and saw that wasn't good. So hopefully he is back, ready to go. Hopefully it's nothing major. Speedy recovery. But yeah, this starting lineup, in my opinion, is probably what you're going to see in the playoffs. The only thing I can think, obviously, like I said, Blake for Rick. Maybe you get, maybe you have Ua instead of Damiani, but I doubt it. Amiani's like third in fouls. I saw. I was looking at some stats and stuff like that earlier today. That MLS website or app is great. I love it. Um, so yeah, so we talked about Jack Elliott. Got a nice. There's no video. Got a nice little round of applause. But instantly, like I said, within seconds, was trying to give the Union a goal with Ty. But the first goal, Union win, right? 4-0. The first goal, it was so great. The Union put a cool little graphic out earlier in the week about who touched the ball, the pattern of it, and everything like that. It was pretty cool. Um, I believe what's it called? I believe every player touched the ball and en route to the tie connection, which love it. Right? It should be a thing. Holy hell, Schwarber just hit another home run. That's 4. Sorry, folks, but Jesus, he's on something tonight. He's on what the Union were on Saturday, right? So, um, that tie connection hopefully stays with this Union club for years to come. But he sends in a beautiful ball, and Ty was able to get a good touch on it. It looks like it went between the goalie's legs. I couldn't tell. Either way, very elegant touch, very nice touch on the ball. Not too much. Didn't try to blast it, didn't try to rocket it. You know, he knows how to place himself so well. The chemistry between he and Wagner is a beautiful thing to see. Um, Ty, he got selected to represent Israel in the World Cup qualifiers. There in the first week or so in September. So congrats to him. And the Union are up 1-0. So it took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but once they got going, right? Wagner's goal, sorry, off the free kick. It was glorious. It was beautiful. Who was it? Quinn, I believe, got the touch on it. He gets the assist, and ball goes flying underneath the wall. Those guys were jumping, and Wagner puts it in, freezes the goalie. He also earned a spot high on the MLS team of the match day. So huge. That was great. I feel like there's always a Union guy. I feel like on this team, on the MLS team of the match day. Had a goal and assist. Incredible night for Kai. Third goal, Danley's goal. Beautiful goal. Oh my gosh. Um, Danley's goal was incredible. Great bounce back game from him too, by the way. They all needed a bounce back game from that disaster in New Jersey, I should say, right? So good bounce back game for Danley. He gets selected to represent Haiti in the World Cup qualifiers. So the Union got a lot of guys getting called up. But Quinn, the way that this one was built up, Quinn was able to find Westfield. Westfield was able to send a beautiful ball in. He's been such a I don't want to say diamond in the rough because he's not like we didn't know he was good, but he's been such a like cherry on the top for this team this year so far. And whether he's contributing in the assist, whether he's stepping up when Harriel's out, or other guys are being called up. He's done great as a starter for quarter of the season and beginning of the season. He does great as coming in as a bench guy. He's got the confidence. So everything he's been able to produce for the Union this year has been a bonus, because I don't think anybody, except for maybe Carnell and Westfield and his teammates, thought he was going to be, the Union were going to get anything out of him. But he's able to find there's Damiani and Ty were there. It goes off of them, but ultimately Danley was able to find it and blast it to make it 3-0. And speaking of Westfield, he gets called up to the United States Youth National Team under 20 squad. So another guy getting called up. What do we got? That's Ty, Danley, Wagner. No, Wagner didn't. And Westfield. And the fourth goal, probably my favorite goal, the new guy, Milan Ilowski. I think this goal um, was an example of why Tanner went out and got him, right? Didn't hesitate at all. Cabin sends in a ball, gets deflected by the Chicago center back right to Milan, and he knows exactly what to do with it. One touch, bounce, boom, and rocket off the right foot to the left side near post, and again freezes the goalie. My thing that I love is no hesitation, and then he goes over and gives the, you know, it was, ended up being 4-0. Ultimately, was the icing on the cake for a great return home. We know the Union can do this at home. Know what they're capable of doing. What is it? Let me pull this up. The Union at home 10-1-4. So if they want to do anything in the playoffs, you got to get the Supporters Shield, right? You got to finish first place. You want to get to the MLS Cup, you got to come through Chester, PA. You got to go through Subaru Park. Away 6-5-2. I just don't feel comfortable. In previous shows, I've said I don't feel comfortable on the road against the elites. Well, the Red Bulls aren't elite. They lost to them on the road. So, big test. Big test on the road here to include the U.S. Open Cup match. That match is in Nashville after Tuesday night, after a Saturday match against Vancouver. So you're flying straight from Vancouver to Nashville for a semifinals match. And you got Cincinnati, right? Traveling to Cincinnati, where the Union in Cincinnati, they have a history over the last, I would say, 5 years, really. Leagues Cup, playoffs, hell, decision day. Sometimes it's gone down to that match. Was it 2 years ago, I believe? Played Cincinnati like 3 times within a month span, to include, pretty sure, the playoffs. Cincy right now sitting in second place in the East, 16 wins, 8 losses, 4 draws, 52 points. Third place in the Supporters Shield. Beat him in the home opener 4-1 back in March 1st. Baribo had the hat trick. Much different. August 30th to March 1st. We're talking what? March, April, May, June, July. Almost 6 months. Full 6 months, too. Since these two clubs have faced off. Evander, so goddamn dangerous, MVP caliber type player. Who on the Union defense is going to be able to step up? Is it going to be a combined effort? I I saw this stat on Facebook that the Union have only 26 goals conceded in 28 games, which is 0.93 per game. And the Union lead the league defensively, are the only team under a goal per game right now. So, with the amount of in and out that the back line has seen between Glesnes being out for a yellow card, the transition from Elliott to Makana, Glavinovic only getting a handful of matches before he got hurt and isn't coming back. So Harriel being there, having to fill in. You've had Bedoya having to sit there and fill in. Wagner's filled in there. I'm sure I'm missing some name. I'm sure Westfield has. Um, so for them to be number one defensively, I think that speaks volumes to what Carnell has been wanting to do. You're going to need all that and then some against Evander. He bothers me. This is going to have to be a um, collective effort. Lukic, Danley, Glesnes, Makana, Wagner, Harriel. Make him uncomfortable. Be aggressive with him. Test the limits of what the ref is going to allow you to do. I mean, hell, Union are up there in yellow cards. I know they were first a few weeks ago. I'm sure they're still there. But it's been very heated, competitive rivalry, I would say, last few years. And it's only going to continue. Talking about the top two teams in the East, Supporter Shield. This is huge. I mean, the huge swing in one match. Wish it was the on Sunday game match of the day. Evander's got how many goals for them? Let me see. Well, Denke, he's got 13 goals. He's a great forward. You pair him with Evander running down on a breakaway. This will be a big test for Rick. Playoff test. And I know he's young and doesn't have all the years and experience that Blake does, but I'm very comfortable. I said it earlier. I'm very comfortable um with him in there. Even if it were in the playoffs. I would be very comfortable. 16 goals for Evander. So two guys. You got Evander with 16 goals, Denke with 13. Those are the guys. They press and they're able to bother them early. Arnell puts out a playoff ready lineup like he did last week. Send these guys off who are going to, or Nate Harriel. He's another guy who got called up. Team USA. Quinn didn't get the opportunity this time, but Arnell talked about him. One of the reporters asked about Quinn at the press conference today about, since he's been back since being away earlier on in the summer with Team USA, he hasn't really produced. And Carnell instantly came back and retaliated with, hey, he's produced those hockey assists, the second assist, right? So he's helped in that area. He's helped in the locker room. He's become a leader. So it's not always going to your contributions aren't always going to show just in the stat line, right? In the stat. I'm looking for a big match from Glesnes and Makana, Wagner, and really, I think Westfield is also. This would be a big test for him. He started last time. This was the home opener too, nonetheless. So you know, Aribo's what, third now in MLS in goals with I believe 16. He's got 16 now. Had the hat trick. He set the tone for what this season has been for the Union up to this point. So I'm excited. It's a huge weekend across sports. A lot of good things. So ultimately, Union showed they're able to bounce back from that loss. Ricky, what's going on, Ricky? Ricky is watching, folks. Appreciate you, Ricky. Um, this showed that the Union are able to bounce back from losses like they've done earlier on in the year. Came home, showed the fans. It's a long season. You're going to get those sort of matches. Does it suck that it it was against the Red Bulls? Absolutely. But it showed the fans that last week was, like I said, just a case of it's a long season right now. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get some matches like that. Streaks are meant to be broken, and so new ones can begin, right? So now the Union have a what was it, 16 matches against Red Bulls? Gotta go make it 17 at least now. Um, this was huge. The 4-0 brought the goal differential on the season to plus 22, lead the league. In case it gets down to that for tiebreaker purposes. In this defense, again, I think it's going to be the key against Cincinnati Saturday night. So we'll get in my prediction here in a moment when we go around the MLS. But some things I want to go over. Seattle beats the LA Galaxy 2-0 last night in the Leagues Cup semifinal. So they're headed to the final against, surprise, surprise, drum roll. Inter Miami beat Orlando 3-1. Messi beat Orlando 3-1. So they'll face off in the final for Leagues Cup. Miami looking to go back to back. Ugh. But Miami versus Seattle should be a good one. And then, of course, September 16th, semis for the U.S. Open Cup at Nashville for the Union. Winner will get to take on the winner of Minnesota versus Austin. So big things coming up. You got Supporters Shield race, playoff hunt, looking for first place, and of course, finals for Leagues Cup, semifinals for U.S. Open Cup. Let's get into it and let's go around the league. Talk about the games this week and my predictions. We'll save the Union and Cincinnati for last. We got New England at Charlotte. Charlotte right now sitting in fourth place, Team were exactly where I thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. I think they handle New England. NYC FC versus DC. NYC sitting right outside in the 8th spot for that playoff play-in game, essentially. Both New York teams. So this would be huge for them. Try to catch up to Columbus in the 7th spot. I think they get the job done against DC. Red Bulls versus Columbus. Columbus, I just mentioned, sitting in the 7th seed. Rebels in 9th, trying to find their way out of that. This can be in Jersey. Give me Columbus. Give me Columbus bouncing back from some struggling games lately. Toronto and Montreal. Ooh, Battle of Canada. Give me Toronto. Give me Toronto. Austin, San Jose. Where are these guys at? At the bottom. Western. Austin is right there. Both these guys fighting 8th and 9th. So this is going to be a good one. I personally think this would be a good one in the West. These guys are tied too for points. So this is going to be big. This is going to be a big one. Give me Austin though. Give me Austin, Minnesota, and Portland. 2 teams. Again, Portland sitting in 6th place. Minnesota in 2nd. Another team in the Supporter Shield race and fighting for that top spot. I believe there are a few teams that can lock up a playoff spot with wins. I think Minnesota is one of them. I think the Union are one of them. Cincinnati, obviously. They beat the Union. I believe they're one of them. But give me Minnesota. I just think that there's more on the line for them. Nashville and Atlanta. Not even going to really get into this one. Although Nashville has been struggling lately, I do think Nashville gets the win over Atlanta. Sporting KC versus Colorado Rapids. The Rapids just got Paxton Aronson. I think this is his breakout game. Give me Colorado. Houston versus St. Louis. Congrats to McGlynn for getting the call up. Team USA. Congrats to him. Former Union guy. Where is Houston? Houston, they're way down there on the board. Not really competitive right now, but I'm going to say they get the win. They get the win. And then Sunday, we got the Leagues Cup matches. 3rd place game. LA versus Orlando, 5 p.m. Give me LA. Some way they're going to salvage their season. Don't think 3rd place was what they had in mind, but considering they didn't get their first win until what? More than halfway over the season. To find themselves here, I think is good. Give me LA. I'm gonna go with the upset. Go with the upset here in the final. I think Seattle gets the win. They have the home field advantage. I think they get the win over Messi and Miami. And then the night game. LAFC versus San Diego. 10:30. LAFC sitting in 5th place, 41 points. San Diego already the only team that has clinched a playoff berth in MLS right now, 53 points, 1st place in the West. Give me LAFC. I think Son is going to come there. That was a hell of a goal he had last week. But yeah, I think LAFC gets the job done. So let's get into my prediction for the Union versus Cincinnati. I think this is a defensive battle. I think the Union are able to hold Cincinnati to 1 goal. And I think the Union are going to be able to muster up a goal themselves. And they walk away with a 1-1 draw. 1 point on the road, heading into a mini bye week where you got some guys traveling to their play with their respective countries. I think you got to use that as momentum. And that's my prediction. Got the Union 1, Cincinnati 1. Union walking away with a point on the road. So that's going to do it for me here. But it is Thursday. The Phillies are playing. So we got some other things for you to watch on the network tonight. Of course, we got Maddie. I know who's tonight. We got Mike, big Mike Laro on the post game, Fighting's final. Going to be able to talk about this crazy night that Schwarber's having. All right. And let's just run through everything that Mike's doing. Mike's doing a lot of stuff for the network here. If you guys are gambling degenerates like myself and like Mike, you guys will be able to get your props, locks, and parlays with Mike. No pressure sports betting. I believe this is on Wednesday nights. I'm not sure exactly the time, but I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday night. And then, of course, Mike's got you covered. Penn State football post-game show, Happy Valley Huddle. He's doing it all. I believe they have Nevada on Saturday, so make sure you're tuning into that. Sundays, 9 a.m., Pat, Mike, and Al. D&M in the AM, where your Sundays will never be the same. The wraparound, Friday nights, 10:30. Where Pat or Mike, whoever's filling in, is going to be bringing you into the weekend and talking about the week that was in Philadelphia sports. And now that we got football, going to be getting into a lot of Eagles, right? Ricky chiming in, go Phillies. Yes, they were up huge tonight. And, of course, Birds Blast with Kyle Quinn, season 6 premiere, Tuesday, September 2nd at 7 p.m. They're going to be talking about, that is that next Tuesday, they're going to be talking about the home opener. They get to drop the banner in front of the Dallas Cowboys. And speaking of that game, make sure you tune into the Birds Fly By post-game show versus Dallas Thursday night. Be myself, maybe someone else. Never know who's going to pop in. So tons of stuff on the network. Make sure you're tuning in. Show you the Eagles schedule. We got Dallas, then Kansas City, the Rams, and then at Tampa Bay to wrap up the month of September. So a lot of good things, guys. A lot of good things here at It's a Wrap Sports Network. I hope everyone has a good holiday weekend and is safe. And, hey, need the Union to continue this, stay at top of the board. So make sure everyone has a good time. Thank you for tuning in. Doop.